Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Summer. To all of you that keep coming back, hello and welcome back. Quick reminder, if you've never subscribed, just a quick reminder, click that red button there that says subscribe. After that, click the bell sign. That way you get notification whenever I upload a new video. So today I want to address this once and for all. Between the fact and the fiction and everything, I'm here to give you the truth and nothing else but the truth. How much Nigerian nurses abroad make. When people find out that you're a nurse, the first thing that comes to their mind is, oh, how much money do you make? They don't, some may ask you directly, some may ask you indirectly. You know, some will be like, oh wow, you're a nurse.
Nana, they make all the money now. Nana, they swim for money. And my level don't high.
You know, some people talk around it, but some people actually ask you, be like, oh, how much? What is the money like? You know, stuff like that. I always get those questions. So I'm a nurse and I work in Ireland, so I'm in the best position to tell you all the tiny little details. So there's so much speculations and so much whatever. I'm gonna give you the facts, not fiction. This is the facts of how much nurses make in my part of Europe. Don't forget that Europe is massive, so all the nurses don't end the same. Because like if you're a psychiatric nurse or you're a midwife or you're a general nurse or it depends on your area of nursing, so your incomes would vary. And sometimes, you know, it depends on where you work, how many hours you work and stuff like that. So that's what I'm gonna say. This is gonna be rough in the sense that it may not really be the situation for everybody, but to give you a rough idea of how much roughly nurses make in Ireland. Some other factors that determine how much you make are how long you're qualified and your area of specialty. Okay, now from what they call first scale, like when you qualify, the first year you become a nurse is called your first scale. Okay, let me put it this way: from the lowest earner to the highest earner. Okay, I'm going to talk about per hour. That's the best way I can explain it. But another thing you have to know is day shift is paid at a different rate from night shift. So I'm going to start with day shift, and that will be from 8 to 8 daytime shift. This is it, right? The lowest earner can earn from Monday to Saturday, not night shift, day shift. Monday to Saturday, the lowest earner can earn from 14 euros for the lowest earner an hour, to 23 euros for the highest earner. And then night shift, then from Monday to Saturday, the lowest earner can earn up to 70 euros an hour, to the highest earner we get up to like 28 euros an hour. Something else is there are some other extras you get paid for Saturday shifts. There's extra payment you get for Saturday because it's a weekend, just the Saturday. And then you come to the Sunday. For a Sunday night, okay, for a Sunday day shift, the lowest earner can earn from 27 euros an hour, and then the highest earner can earn up to 48 euros an hour for Sunday day shift. And then we come to Sunday night shifts. Sunday night shifts, the lowest earner can earn up to 30 euros an hour, and then the highest earner can earn up to 50 euros an hour for Sunday night shift. You know, typically we do 12-hour shift, sometimes 13, but typically 12 or 11-hour shift. The thing again you have to realize is that when you work in a hospital, typically you would work days and nights and weekends and everything, so you may not really earn the same thing all the time. So your salary will be different from week to week depending on your shift. If you got a day shift or night shift or weekend shift or whatever, that would determine how much your income would be. So honestly, 3 long shifts are enough to wear you down. Like 3 long shifts are enough to drain you, like physically drain you. But some people, maybe because of financial reasons or whatever, they may work more and they will get paid more. Somebody else could be like, no, once I do my 3 long shifts, I'm tired, I can't do anymore because I'm going to break down. And somebody else, for whatever reason, is able to do the extras and do the extras and do the extras. And don't forget, if you have responsibilities, if you have kids, you have school runs, you have so much going on, homework and everything. So it depends. You could be the type that will say, no, I'd rather do my 3 long shifts. I'm gonna just manage the money that I have. I want to be there for my kids. I don't want to do anymore. Or you could be like, I don't have any kids, so I can work more hours. Or my kids are all grown, I can do more hours. Oh yeah, my kids will be fine, I don't care, I want to go do more hours. So everybody is different. But most of the time, I have to say, the nurses that may end up earning money that people, you know, a lot, some of them work so hard. Like, I can't tell you, some of them do so many overtimes, you know. The truth is this, right? The thing about nursing that I have to tell you is this: if you do nursing, the chances of getting a job is high. It's not like going to do a lot of, there are other things, there are other areas that you may go and train in, and you come out and there are no jobs. The world will always need nurses. So something else you have to realize is, if you work as a nurse and you have your steady income coming in, you have good credit rating, you can borrow money and go to Nigeria and do a party if you want, like some people do. But this notion that all Nigerian nurses abroad are billionaires, I have no clue where it's coming from, because I work as a nurse and I'm not a billionaire. You know, I can say, yeah, I have an income, but I wouldn't say I'm a billionaire. Of course I'm not a billionaire, but like I said, all fingers are not equal. Some people may have so many responsibilities they can't do overtime, why some people can't. At the end of the day, what is life? If you miss raising these children, when I was training, I missed so much. I had a mind that I minded my children. I'll be so busy with my school and my placement, which is my practical teaching hospital, you know what I mean, and I'll be so absent from home. When I see my children, you know, I'm looking at them, oh my goodness, they've grown. I'm missing so much. These children grow so fast that if you blink, you miss it. Let me tell you, a lot of the times children do not remember the money. What they remember is quality time and the effort you make to be present. I had absent parents, so I never wanted to be an absent parent for my children. The reason why I think it's such a big news or whatever in Nigeria is, you see, if you come abroad and you don't go and get a bit of an education and get a job, you know, and maybe you're doing like cleaning job or some other jobs, your income may not be up to this. And nursing job, like I said, allows you to do part-time or full-time or nights or days. You know, they are doing different overtimes and all of this. With nursing job, I think personally people should be careful. You know, you may be like, oh, I work more, I make this money more, you know, whatever. But if you had a stroke, if you go through too much stress, you know, you were burnt out, or if you're an absent parent, you can end up having the children that will join the gangs and join all these things because you're absent. Do you know what I mean? And then what are you making the money for? You're making this money to better the life of your children and maybe to save for them or whatever. But what's the point if you're making the money and saving for these children and they've joined gangs, and because you're absent, you're not there to raise them properly, and they've joined gangs? Or what if you work so hard to the point where you break down, you had a stroke, or you had, you know, something drastic happens to you because of your stress level? What are you going to do with the money? Or what if you, God forbid, the worst thing happens and you actually really did break down and died? Yes, it's good to have the money, it's good to chase the money, it's good to do all of that, but there's a need to have a balance, because you don't want to overdo it. Of nurses that have finished night shift, completely exhausted, driving home, and they fell asleep driving home and crashed and died. I know of one that crashed into a tree and died. Because you see, this body, you can't cheat nature. Your body knows that it's tired, but you keep pushing it and keep pushing it and keep pushing it. These people have died and they've left children behind. So what are you going to do? Where's the money then? Do you know, what's the use of that money then? You know, there's need to always create a balance. Something else I always say to people, that one thing about this nursing job is this: if you went to work and you were tired, you're there calculating medications, you're there giving IV medications, giving, you know, IM medication, sorry, you're there giving drips with medication into the vein, giving people injections, giving people medications. Some of these medications, if you make mistake, you can kill someone. If you miscalculate, you can kill someone. When you're tired, you're not at your best. So if you're tired and you decide to keep dragging yourself into work and you keep taking all this coffee, you can kill somebody. You can kill somebody. That is why I don't play with this job. Because you see, I keep saying to people, if I worked in the shop and I was putting bottles of drink or whatever on the shelf and it fell and broke, I can be like, oh yeah, I'll pay for it or whatever. You know, I can just be like, buy a new one with my own money, pay for it or whatever. But we as nurses, we're looking after human lives. If you make a mistake and it costs someone's life, forget about the fact that you're going to jail, you're going to lose your license. But what about your conscience? You will never be able to. How do you live with yourself knowing that I have killed someone? Do you know? How do you live with that, knowing that you have killed someone? Like, that was going to be on your conscience forever. So that's why I always tell my friends and nurses or whatever, I be like, be careful, be careful. When you're tired, if I am stressed, if I am going through something stressful, I take myself off shift because I fear making mistake. That is my biggest thing. So I don't know, I just wanted to come here and address this because that is one thing I know people ask the most is, oh my goodness, you're a nurse,
Nana, the chop money, una level just high, see you.
People always have that mentality about nurses. So I just thought I should come here and clarify and say, give you guys a better picture of what nurses make. And I hope you, for those of you that may be curious, so I hope you guys got at least a bit of an insight about the job of nurses and how much nurses abroad make. And with that, I'm just gonna say thank you all for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye bye.
It's goodbye, friends, and goodbye, folks.